Well, clearly the world faces an enormous challenge with climate change because of our use of fossil fuels and the increasing concentrations of both CO2 and methane in the atmosphere, which are now reaching levels that we have not seen at any time when there have been human beings on Earth. Because of that, we are producing very significant and quite rapid increases in temperature. At the moment, given current trends in the economy and current trends of emissions, we will end up warming by 3 degrees centigrade this century, and that will do catastrophic harm to human welfare. We really have to try to limit it well below 2 degrees centigrade, and if at all possible, at 1.5 degrees. The good news is it's possible to do that if we build a zero carbon economy. And if we build a zero carbon economy, we will get a whole load of other benefits as well as limiting climate change.
Of course, climate change is a tall challenge for our society, and the cost can be huge. But is also an opportunity to achieve sustainable growth by greening our economy, and this can be achieved by massively investing in innovation and in engineering a different ensemble and array of policy.
So a Green New Deal is a complete transformation of an economy in how it produces goods and services, how it distributes them, and also on the consumption side. When we think about the Green New Deal, we have to think just as ambitiously on the green bit as on the deal bit. The green part is about greening our entire economic system, production, distribution, consumption. The deal bit is to reinvent our business models and how we do capitalism, how we bring capital and labor together, how we bring the public sector and business together, and of course civil society.
So in the first year of the project, we have in particularly studied what are going to be the possible impact of climate change in our economy with empirical and theoretical studies. So in one paper that we published in the Proceeding of the National Academy of Science in the United States, we estimate the cost of extreme events like hurricane, floods, heat wave that are going to hit Europe more and more. And what we find in our research is that the cost of this extreme event has been considerably increasing over the last year, and it's going to increase even more. On the other hand, we have studied what are the possible impact of climate change on our financial system and whether the financial system is able to smooth or to magnify the cost of climate change. And what we find in another research which was published in Nature Climate Change is that the climate shocks that are going to affect the economic activity, and in particular the firm, can possibly lead to a massive wave of bankruptcy, and these bankruptcy are a big threat for our banking system, which in turn will require huge bailout from our government, so in principle could spur and increase the public debt of our society.
When you look across all the sectors of the economy, including the supposedly difficult ones like steel, like cement, like petrochemicals, like shipping and like aviation, there are ways to get to a zero carbon economy. Essentially, it's electrification, it's hydrogen, it's a little bit of carbon capture and storage, and it's some biofuels. It's a mix, but the single most important bits are electrification and hydrogen. So I think we should be very confident that we can get there, and it will be an attractive new economy when we get there. But the crucial thing is we will not get there without very forceful public policies.
So in the next year of the project, what we plan to do, and we are currently developing, is a new generation of model where we will test which possible combination of policy are the best to fight climate change, and in particular to achieve the 2 degree or the 1.5 degree target that was set by the IPCC.
Having really concrete moonshots, a portfolio of moonshots and missions underneath this challenge that the climate crisis presents us is a way to redesign our instruments from innovation policy, industrial strategy, procurement, the redesign of financial instruments. But having that kind of challenge in mind also brings us a sense of urgency. So the moon landing itself, the challenge was the space race, but getting to the moon and back again was the concrete mission. To do that, you need to bring as many different sectors to the table, different actors, public and private, but also different sectors in terms of in manufacturing and services, from automotive to design and digital, and the transformation of the tools to really welcome that bottom-up experimentation. So it's the challenge, the mission, lots of different sectors, and bottom-up projects.